Alright everybody, it has begun. Late night Saturday night has begun. Tonight's late night Saturday night is a little bit special. Gears of War. I'll cover a little bit of Fortnite, but to be honest, Fortnite really doesn't have anything going on but special sprites and some new challenges, and it's really it's waiting for the new season, and there's not much to say. So, we've got something special to talk about here. We've got a few things to go over. M64 and Mod Retro. Very, very unique. We're going to get off with channel updates and secret information like I always like to do, because let's do that first, because that's what the people want anyways, and it's kind of cool. So, a lot of you have been asking a couple of questions. So, George, Mina, I don't know if you're watching this, so I will drop it in the Mod Retro video and then do a separate video on it as well down the road here. But hopefully I can help you with some of this idea here. So, George, Mina, or Mana, I don't know, it's Mina. Let me not mess this up. If you see tonight's video, you're going to hear me talk about what you've been looking for. So I'm going to get this off my chest real quick. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, so I don't want this to be too long. So there are devices that can look at your HDMI. You can buy devices that test all types of things. Of course, I'm one of those people that have bought a lot of these devices. I think kind of what started it was maybe around 2010 to 2012. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty from 2006 and up, and it started to turn into this like bandwidth thing, and everybody, so we were buying routers that were real expensive, and my internet kept falling short, and anytime it would rain it'd fall short, so I had the cable guy come out and run the cable underground into my house underneath the street. And some of my friends worked in the cable business, and you know, they were like, you need to buy some testers for stuff, you know. Well, back then HDMI was new to the streets, you know, so 4K had come out in, what was it, 2012 or something? I'm not sure, but anyways, I didn't pony up on the new 4K TVs because they were pretty expensive and weren't really worth it. So, you know, I don't know if I found this device somewhere between 2018 and 2023, if that makes sense. I can't put my thumbs on it. But what's really strange is I don't see it anywhere on the internet for sale. So that's really got me wondering. The problem we have with this day and age is people don't understand that a lot of your devices, they get turned into illegal products. Yeah. So what is once legal turns illegal. This is with almost everything in the world. It is ridiculous. So this is said for many things, okay? So I'm going to try to cover this so you understand every bit of everything. I am going to have up on the screen showing you some devices that can be used to monitor HDMI signal. They don't get these confused with anything else because there's so many different types of testers out there. So they make ones for coax cable testing, phone line testing, Ethernet testing, and if you buy an all-in-one unit, that's pretty badass. Now, I don't have an all-in-one unit, and I'm gonna think about buying one now. Yeah, an all-in-one unit, that's badass. Man, I really want one now. But the problem, what I'm trying to tell you is so some devices by the FCC are now considered illegal to have or something, and so I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it yet, but I'm I just realized this, and it's like, well, I better let you know before you go too far. So just like they've made lasers illegal, so I've got things that are probably not supposed to have in the house, right? Hey, it used to be legal. So they dumbed down laser pointers. You cannot buy a laser pointer at all that is powerful anymore. They have dumbed those down ridiculous. One time I wanted to buy a badass laser thing that was like $20,000 or $30,000 to do a laser light show in the yard, outside, you know, like do Batman and all this stuff. And it costed, like, I could get one for like $15,000. And I said, I'd do it, you know. And I actually found one that did really cool. You know how you go to like certain places, like maybe like Six Flags, and they have a laser show, and you go to Disney World and they have a laser show? Well, I found some used ones that work with a program and everything. You can have it do stuff, and it had like a package deal for $12,000 to $13,000, and I was like, yeah, you know. But anyways, what I'm saying is they ban products. There's commercial use, and then there's like civilian use, and then there's military use. And so some products you never know if they're banned. So like I've got certain things, like, you know, some laser pointers, I bought some real expensive shit and it pisses me off. I don't think they should have banned those. Tell me if I'm wrong, you know. For instance, the laser pointers, I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so the laser pointer that I got is badass. It shoots like fucking 30 miles. Okay, there it was. So the reality of these things is they got rid of this kind of stuff, you know. And it's not just laser pointers. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's almost everything that they're trying to prevent you from having this day and age. So it goes to everything, you know. It's strange. You know, they don't sell paint that has lead in it anymore. And if you know anything about that, then you know about the house in the middle. So there was this short film about the house in the middle back in the day of the nuclear war days. Back in Area 51 used to test this kind of stuff. What helped prevent your house from catching fire, and that was lead paint. Lead paint is not flammable, you know. So your house in a nuclear war, the lead paint shields you from nuclear radiation and fire. So the video was all about keep your yard clean. And then at the end, you notice the video was a hint about buying their paint, which was lead paint. Now, lead paint isn't really that dangerous, guys. It's a lot of houses actually still have it. It's just been painted over. So lead paint was a thing to prevent fire and this and that. Now, this day and age, when you buy fireproof paint, go look it up. Fireproof paint is the most expensive damn paint you can buy. And yet it used to be everywhere. But it doesn't have lead in it. It's some new stuff. It can withstand the highest temperatures, like a blowtorch and everything. It's ridiculous. So they have this fireproof paint. I was gonna buy and paint the house with it and buy it by the gallons and stuff, and it is hundreds if not thousands of dollars to buy. So fireproofing your home and then painting over it whatever color you want, that shit pissed me off. I really wanted to paint some, like, I'm fireproofing the house now and it just kind of pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like, man, you got this paint, but that paint might become illegal because there's something toxic in it that could kill you. Who knows? And so right now it's kind of like the most expensive damn paint to buy, you know? So it sucks. It really does. And they ban so many products. And so here's another product thing. Okay, so I'm telling you my product is banned. So they have this spy gear stuff, you know, stuff for spying. Yeah, you can't buy spy gear stuff hardly anymore anywhere. Yeah, it's impossible. It's ridiculous. Like, who in the hell? Oh man. Well, I get it, right? I don't want people spying on me, but the problem I have is they past few years, just a few years ago or something, may have been recently more actually, maybe the Biden administration, I should say, they banned small cameras that record audio. So that's what I want. Small cameras that record audio. You know, you could use it to record anything, right? It's a hidden camera. So the whole hidden camera thing is like illegal. You can't have audio with video. And that's strange because GoPros are still going. And there's so many things now that, you know, cops are allowed to wear their things on their chest that record in audio and video on their chest, you know, and even on their glasses. They have it on their glasses if they wear glasses, you know, to record audio video. So I find it really strange that, you know, some people can have it, but some people can't. Well, what bullshit is that, right? So a lot of products, they got to pass the FCC regulations, and the regulations keep getting tighter and tighter. Now I'm going to release another secret. So this is how it kind of goes. The aliens, they're like, oh no, you can't have that. So the aliens are like, yeah, I don't think they should have that. And so they take it away. Yeah, that's true. And then you've got the government, and they're like, yeah, no, they can't have that. So we got to take that away too. And that's how it gets done, people. And then there is your old neighbor in the neighborhood that's like, he can't have that. His dog is peeing in my yard, or he's shooting off fireworks. That's illegal. And so the cops get you. So this day and age, I don't know if I really want to show you the one that I have just yet. See, the thing that I have is a problem with reality that, you know, I don't share a lot of my stuff. I share like games and a lot of personal stuff that I probably shouldn't, but I do it anyways, right? Some things you kind of, it's like showing someone your gun collection. You just probably don't do it, right? Or you could also look at it as one of those things where I don't show you what type of computer I'm using because that might allow you to hack my computer. Like, for instance, I have a whole bunch of Alienware computers, and I'm not showing you a damn one of them. I made a video on one of my Alienware laptops, and let me just say, Alienware is junk, okay? I'm just going to save you the hassle there. But a lot of the pictures that you had seen up on the screen right there are kind of ideas. And let me tell you something else. So to monitor your HDMI cables, it's good if you have one that can send a signal through and back to the device. So it does a loop. So you connect it in one end, connect it in the other end, and it sends the signal through it. With, you know, there's where it has a power, and I did find one, it's like mine, but it's close, where you plug in the power to the device, and then you hook up the HDMI, and then you hook up the HDMI, the same cable, and it tests that cable. Now, there's also coming from the device stuff, and even that one still tests coming from the device, what the device is putting out. So some of the stuff I had up on the screen there, that should kind of point you in the right direction. The thing is what you don't know about me is I'm an engineer, a senior engineer at that. So I'm getting older, right? I'm not that damn old yet. Now, so these types of devices are used massively at, like, say, TV news stations, some, you know, big video, like whenever, like stadiums, all kinds of places, the tech squad that comes out, whenever you see people setting up for like a show, like a Rob Zombie show, a concert, that they use that shit there to test signal. So there's many different levels of testing these signals, and the equipment is expensive, but there are many different brands and many different types. And yes, I did find some on Amazon, and that's really nice that they have these, but I don't know. I like the multi-in-one so I can test a whole bunch of shit, because I have a coax cable tester and it's old and out of date. I used to call those a sapphire or a diamond or a gem device, you know. That's some of the names they used to have on them back in the day. The cable guy carries those around, you know, and those are junk. You don't want those. But anyways, yeah, because those do tell you the signal and everything that's going on, but most people that are looking at those don't understand how they work without going to class, and I only understand those devices halfway. So it's better to really buy something like probably what you've seen on the screen. So the multi-device ones that tell you the signal and everything that's coming in with the touch screen, those are awesome. I love those. And not just that, you can buy these things. Do not, and I'm going to repeat this if you made it this far into the video, I hope you did. Do not buy any of those Chinese cheap $30 ones that you see with the lights. All that does is tell you a pathway. There's like, say, several 19-pin pathway on an HDMI cable or something, right? Or whatever it is. And so that just tells you that one pin has current and it lights up. So that just kind of, you know, I don't know if that's even worth a shit. You know, there's probably like a transistor and a diode, or maybe there's just a LED light that lights up. Those are junk. I wouldn't trust them. They're not worth it. It's a knockoff. Don't buy the Amazon knockoff cheap little light up things. Those are junk. Buy something digital. Buy something with the touch screen. There are the many different levels to this, and there are like studio ones at a studio. Those are awesome. You know, those are great. So I kind of got some of that out of the way. They price range anywhere from a couple $100 for what you're looking for, or, which is what I got, or you can step it up a notch to the upper hundreds or into the thousands, and there you go. I haven't really seen one that's not awesome, anything over a couple $100. I mean, but what I found on Amazon's really cool, so I'm gonna, you see what's on the screen, that's what you got. That would be great. Okay, so I don't know, but if you know, some devices are banned and they don't want you to have them, you know, but some devices, like if I told the police department I have a camera that records video and audio, would they take it away from me? If I told them I had a laser pointer that can shoot about 30 miles into the sky, they will take that away from you. So they no longer allow sales of them things. You have to pay a lot of money to get one. Good luck finding one. I don't even know if you can find it on eBay, you know, stuff like that. There's so many things, and here's one thing that's really crazy. Okay, so kids' toys used to have like science kits that had radioactive stuff. Well, they don't want kids playing with radioactive stuff, but yet they'll put smoke detectors in your damn house, won't they? What the hell? Yes, so with my radiation detector that I have, if you get within a foot of that smoke detector, it picks it up. So what does that tell you? I'm just saying. I don't know. I take all the smoke detectors out of my house is what I did. I'm just saying. You know, what do you do? What do you say, right? So hopefully you heard everything I said and you got this video. If not, I will be dropping more on this in some of the next videos. I would relate to checking out my late night Saturday night where I do drop secrets. Now let's get into something else. Something really cool. So a lot of you people don't know this, but I had a friend, okay, and I kind of grew up with this guy, and I don't talk to him anymore. He's really cool. back in the day, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with him now. But if he even watches this video, who knows? But he was a contactee kind of UFO kid. So back in the day, he had some sort of ability that later on, he had this ability to bring in aliens and UFOs or something. It was fucked up. I swear to God, I'm not lying. Okay? And I would love to put something out there or get him to do a podcast with me or something down the road. Maybe get some video and show you. I'm not lying. Every time with this guy, I would say somewhere after 2010, this guy was able, being around him, they would show up every freaking time. And so I was like, oh yeah, one night I tested him. He is over at the house. I was like, yeah, prove it, And I go, prove it, huh? And he goes, well, are you sure you want me to do that? And I'm just like, and, he starts saying weird shit, And next thing you know, he points and says, right over there. And I look over, and shit you not, there is, at nighttime, you can see it glowing and kind of floating. And we're talking, this could have been in the sky 3 miles out, give or take maybe 1.5 miles range. You definitely could see it very well that it was some sort of saucer-shaped object moving and kind of floating and kind of moving and just sitting there. And it would move, and then, I didn't, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I go and grab the camera. I got pictures of a lot of shit, but, so this thing takes off and just like a lightning streak in the sky. And I was like, oh, well. And he goes, you wanted proof? You motherfucker, call him back. So there's stuff like that I run into in my life that's really fucked up. I'm not the only one here. So hanging around this guy, apparently he's leached some sort of alien type thing onto me. From time to time, they do seem to strange things, okay? So a lot of you people are just now hearing about this shit in the news, in the YouTube universe. And YouTube is great and all, but Jesse Michaels and Area 52 guy and all these other guys are getting on it, and now they're paying everybody to be on their show, and that's great and all. Like Bob Lazar was back in the 80s and the 90s when I was a kid. I was into him, and I was talking about him at school, getting in trouble about it. Yeah. All because of a popular science magazine and watching stuff on TV, and I'm getting in trouble over it. So these things, you hear them talking about psionics, and this has been the newest thing lately about they're using psionics to call in these aliens and stuff and weird shit like that. And I'm like, really? Well, that kind of makes sense, that there was possible breeding programs or possible people with implants and stuff. There's something in my body that seems to move around, so I'm dropping a lot of information tonight, and if you listen, you got something to kind of think about. So there's something that every once in a while, one time it was in my nose and pointing, and it was hard, and it was near the cartilage, and I'm like, did I break some sort of cartilage? And it hurt if you touched it. And eventually it went away, and then from time to time it'll come to my earlobe. And so some people might say that's cartilage or hardened fat and it dissipates. I don't know, but it was pointy. Once again, pointy, sharp, and you push on it and it would cut you almost. It was you could feel it in there, and I was like, I'm gonna dig this thing out, and the damn thing would move. I couldn't grab it or anything. I tried to I was gonna extract the fucker, and it would move in my ear, and then next thing I know, it's like gone, and I'm like, where in the fuck did it go? So there's something, and I've had this for some time now, and every once in a while it shows up. It'll come to like a dead end somewhere in your body, and it'll sit there. I don't know if it's like a little drill or what the fuck it is. It's obviously moving around in my body. I'm sure some special scans would pick it up, though. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here tonight. Aliens are definitely on the agenda. So, I'm going to show you a picture. And you guys are going to have to decide what you think about this. There was, let's see. There was this kid a few years ago that talked about these 10-foot tall aliens in his backyard over in North Las Vegas. That they had landed in his backyard and they had a cloaked ship and these fucking things were all over the place. Well, the problem is I believe him. You don't really call the police for something like that. And the whole family is saying it. I mean, you know, the problem is if you're kind of foreign, you know, the police have nothing to do but other than believe you or just kind of watch or whatever. So there must have been something because they put something in his backyard to watch with cameras. Yeah, like they're going to come back. Let's be realistic here. But if it's his friends or someone in the neighborhood just fucking with them, that's crazy, right? That takes a lot to be able to do that. But he said something that they were on his damn roof. Moving around, you could hear them when they ran inside. So, you know, I put a lot together here. When I lived at a certain house, there was stuff that would come often, and I got certain pictures of it. In one of my last late night Saturday nights, I actually had showed you a few pictures of some really weird fucked up shit at the window. Well, tonight, here we go again. Another weird what the fuck is at the window. Check this out. So 27 minutes into the video, I am showing you something that I took pictures of, and it was outside the window. It was not inside, and Sabrina seen it. I seen it. And then I'm like, what the hell? So I went into the other room, grabbed my lights, grabbed all kinds of stuff, put on a vest, put on all kinds of shit. Yes, I have military vests that are like body armor, basically. So, and then I go out, the thing's gone. I go out there. It is that fast. And I actually made a video on this and was going to put it on the channel, but I thought, you know, nobody's going to see this or hear this or give two shits. And the problem with my channel is it's not getting enough promotion to see it on a higher level, you know. I have to pay, and YouTube is about paying for your videos to get seen. You're only allowed like one video a day. If you process more than that, they can allow up to 3 videos, but if you do 3 or 4 videos, you're fucking yourself bad. It will nullify your whole channel. It's what we like to call shadow ban, and they call it spamming. So if you spam too many videos, because channels that make a lot of money, they don't want you to over make that money. So say you drop like 10 videos in a day, 10 videos in a day, and you're raking in money. They don't want you doing that. Say you got 1 million hits on this and 1 million hits on that. This goes for everybody out there on YouTube. So it kind of sucks, you know. That's why I wanted to make a video right away for you guys for a lot of stuff, and sometimes I can't because I just put 2 videos out in one day. You put a 3rd video out, it's a bad idea. You're allowed 3 premieres in a 24-hour period if necessary, but you just can't go spamming. You can live stream, I guess, which you can't do a lot of editing or a lot of video or a lot of takes or anything. It's just straight stream. And so a stream would be like a podcast, or a stream putting stuff up on the screen at the same time is kind of a pain in the butt. So I got to go through and post it on there and show you. It's better to record it and then post it to you. Because the problem with live streaming is people get into your computer. Hackers. Really bad. And they do. So I tried live streaming a couple of times and I could see people coming in. There's a lot of programs I've got that I can see you come into my computer. That's the problem. And I remember PureBlock used to be real good back in the day, and they got ways around that now. So, you know, the problem with live streaming is it leaves you wide open. So you have to really have a lot of stuff, and you don't live stream for long. A lot of these kids are doing it, and a lot of hackers don't really bother with them too much. They want people that are, you know, older, got accounts, or got money. They're looking for money, ways in to get money, you know, so it's kind of a headache. But this has been a 30-minute video of me telling stories of shit. So Fortnite sucked balls, we all know. So I showed you another alien picture tonight. I've got a lot of stuff to tell you about, and there's a lot of mod retro and analog videos that are coming. So I'm sitting on these. I can't drop them every day. The one thing that pissed me off is I had made a video about the specs of the M64 and the analog 3D, talking about the specs, talking about the weight, talking about this and that, and then talking about all kinds of stuff with them. And then I was gonna shoot the finals of the gameplay. It's like 1:30. A message comes over my phone, and here you go. And I'm like, what? And it was Mod Retro sending me the message. And then they said, hey, we sent you this message. Please take time out to download the update and take the update and make your video. So, and they dropped the update for everybody at the same time. Because I've been asking them. I bug people. I contact Analog. I haven't contacted them recently because they're busy doing stuff. I've been bugging Mod Retro off and on, limited run games. The people that I talk to probably the most would be limited run and Analog. Mod Retro has been lately because of this, but I haven't said a whole lot to them because I've been busy. Best time to make videos is actually during the winter time because you're stuck inside and you can't go anywhere. Summertime, there's more stuff that needs to be done, so I can't focus on anything but getting stuff done, and I'm limited on time like everybody else. Like I told you, I'm an engineer. I don't have time for, you know, making videos 24/7 just yet. You know, I still do it though, don't I? So there you have it, folks. A lot of stuff said tonight, and so much more that could be. Usually I wouldn't drop all this. I would make certain videos that are top secret that have information probably for members. And I might do that at some point. Just like, you know, if you're willing to know more about us, then you'd have to be a member to find out some top secret stuff. And, you know, that's great and all, you know. But I don't really... My family did work for the government, all of them, but... it is what it is. My brother, you know, he's like a doctor and then something else, and he did something with NASA and God only knows, you know. So now he's just traveling the world like crazy, you know. So we got a lot going on tonight, and I hope you guys check out the videos. We've got a lot to go over. So I'm going to end this now because it's already a long video. And, well, actually, I should tell you guys something about Gears. Because I forgot about it, right? Gears is a great game, okay? The tactical part of Gears, you know, you got to level up to unlock these slots. You can change and add mods in the tactical gear area. You know, you can easily add stuff, proximity trigger, all kinds of different stuff. Depends on your class is what you have for options here. And so it's kind of like almost playing Call of Duty with perks now. And so you really are not really souped up And I would say some of the best stuff is you get to modify your guns. Like, see, I've already started modifying. You need weapon parts, so you have to do those horde missions. So to get real good at horde, you need leveled up stuff. Your level for your full main character in multiplayer and horde is in the upper right corner by your name. And then you actually have your class, which right here, the only class, let me see here. So there's 4 classes, and you get to select your class. You got Assault, Breacher, and Marksman, and Medic. I would say the Breacher and the Medic are really the most helpful. I didn't know Assault wasn't going to be as good. I thought, you know, Marksman, you'd have to really be shooting in the background. You know, only 4 of you playing. Really, the Breacher has the most best abilities there, and the Medic really is helpful and helps yourself and your team having a souped up Medic. So the Assault is kind of a lot less. Like, is the drones really that big of a deal? I don't know if Assault is made correctly, in my opinion. Marksman, I get it, but they should have more for the Marksman for, like, really doing some major damage with his weapons, you know. So there's a lot to go over with this game. I think it's a great game, and I think they could add a lot more to it, and they should. So, on that note, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Subscribe.